Gotta love a good cold start. What's up, gangsters? It's your boy Zach Nasty, and I've been putting this video off for a very long time. I've been wanting to film it, but like, just never did because I'm slacking. I've always wanted to make a video of how I wash my car. I feel like there are some key things to it. I detailed cars for a long time, and I'd like to spread some of that knowledge to y'all. But the thing with it is that I like washing my car, and I don't like taking an awful lot amount of time doing it. So that's why I've never filmed it, because filming it takes more time to film than it would be just to wash the car. So I got my car pulled up. Usually you would want to wash your car in a shaded area. I usually do it in my carport right here, but you know, it's a little chilly outside. Sun's not super bright, and my dad's like cooking something underneath the carport, so I don't want to do that right on top of him. So we're gonna do it out here. It's gonna be okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. But you know, if it's a super bright day and you decide to wash your car, the only difference is you got to be really swift. Like you definitely gotta hurry up. Don't have your car sitting out in the sun with soap all over it. You don't want that. That's a problem you don't want. So you're gonna need a water hose and a nozzle. This is probably the most raggedy nozzle that money can buy. Okay, it's leaking all over my hand. It'll get over my shoes in a minute, but hey, it squirts. It does the job. That's all you need. You don't need no fancy one, but obviously you kind of want one that can make pressure. So next, I got this is my rag for my wheels, tires, fender liner, all that good stuff. This will never, ever, 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 ever touch paint, ever. I cannot stress ever enough. Do not ever take a wheel rag and wash your car with it, ever. This will never see paint. It will only see wheels and tires. Okay. So that leads me to my next mitt. This is my paint mitt, okay? This is the mitt that I wash my paint, my windows, the car with. This will never, ever, 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 ever see tires and wheels and fender liners. Ever. This is for paint, strictly for paint. And the reason that is because when you take your wheel brush, or your wheel rag, you take all that nonsense that was on your wheels and on your tires, like brake dust and dirt, whatever, and you take it and you put it on the car and you scrub the car with it. And that's scratch. Okay, you don't want scratch. And that's the same reason that you don't want to ever, ever, ever take your paint mitt, put it on your car, put it on your wheels, and then wash your car, because then every time you wash your car, you're gonna have scratches all over it because you washed it with a wheel rag. So there's that. You really want to get a mitt like this. All the little, looks like dreadlocks. But the reason that is you don't want to use a sponge. You don't want to use a rag, in a sense. And the reason that is because this traps dirt. Okay, it traps the dirt up here and it doesn't spread it to the car. Okay, if you use a sponge, you basically take the sponge, put it to the dirt, and just scrub. Okay, you're not removing. This will lift the dirt and hold the dirt up in it, and then use all the other fibers to wash the car. So you're gonna need soap. Okay. This is what I'm using at the moment. The Meguiar's Ultimate Wash. The reason I use it is because it's really slick. It's really thick. You know, if you take it, put on your hand, you're not gripping anything, which is good because you don't want the dirt gripping to your car and scratching the car all up. Usually I use chemical guys, but I'm out, and I just so happen to be at O'Reilly's, so I bought this because I know it's good. Something else you're gonna need is 2 buckets. Okay, you're gonna have one for your tire, wheels, fender liners, all the stuff that's extremely dirty, and then you have another one for your paint. Okay, this one is gonna be my paint bucket. This one is gonna be my wheel bucket. I have never mixed these up, ever, 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 ever. This is a tire bucket. This is a paint bucket. The paint bucket's only got my paint mitt in it. My wheel bucket only has a wheel mitt. Now, what kind of soap you use? That's a great question for wheels. I use the same stuff that I use on my paint as I do my wheels and tires. Just because there's a lot of wheels with coatings, there's a lot of wheels that are painted, a lot of wheels that are polished, and using like Dawn dish soap is not really a good thing to use, because if there was any type of protection, it's slowly stripping it away, and you don't want that. So definitely use a soap that's clear coat friendly, paint friendly, all that stuff. So it'll all do the exact same thing, except a good soap will actually make sure to take care of your wheels. Most people tell you to start at the top, work your way to the bottom. I always do my wheels first, just because I don't want to wash the car, have the car soaking wet in the sun, and then all the water dry on the car while I'm playing with my wheels. It just kind of doesn't make sense. I already sprayed them down. They're rinsed. Now I take my pad, wheel, get in there. You make sure to get this little bit of fender right here. Get all that. Scrub in here. And then bam, get one good go around on your tires. And that's all you should need. Now you just rinse. So I just did the wheels. Now we're moving on to the paint. What I like to do is start at the top. I do the roof, and then the windshield down to the hood and the top of the trunk, and then I rinse, and then I go around in a rotation. But something I want to note is that whenever you wash, you do not use pressure. Cannot stress that enough. Do not use pressure. Let the mitt do its job, and let the soap do its job, and just guide the. Do not sit there and do all that. You don't need to do that. That's a waste of a shoulder pump. You don't need that. Just guide it, okay? And make fluid motions. Get good sweeps. That way you make sure you don't miss anything. And then just go around, take your time. That's really what it comes down to. Wash is done. Now we got to dry it. The reason you want to dry it is because when it's wet, it's more susceptible to dirt sticking to it. Therefore, you'd be, as they say, peeing in the wind. And then you leave watermarks, and it just makes your paint look ugly. So what you need is one of these leather chamois, or you can use a drying towel, whatever it is. These are a lot cheaper, a lot easier to use, because when a rag gets wet, it's wet. Now you need a whole nother towel, so you got to have 2 or 3 of them. If you're a detailer, I recommend it. But this is it, man. They're like $6 or $7. A good one's $10. This one was like $10 at O'Reilly's. So, and this, again, when you use this, whenever you dry it, you do not put pressure on the car to dry it. You put the towel over it, and you pull, and you let the towel do the work. Do not take your hand and put pressure on to dry it, because then you'll scratch it. Just let the towel do its thing. Car is done. Car's dry. It's washed. It's clean. Something that you're gonna want to do whenever you're done is, you want to make your tires shine. Some of you are wondering, what do I use? I use CarPro Pearl. Let the wind chill out. This is kind of an expensive product. You got to go on CarPro. This is a professional grade tire shine. This is not stuff you get over the counter. You buy a liter of it and concentrate it, and then you mix it into a bottle, dilute it, and that's how you use it. This one's water-based, so there's no oil. You know, like you can take your finger and run it on. Your finger's not gonna be black. You know, you wash the car, it'll come right off. It lasts for a long time though. That's what's crazy. I haven't put them on my tires in probably a good month, and my tires are still black. That's what I use. So I dilute it 6-to-1 at 32 ounces. So I'm not good at math. That's the reason I bought a bottle with all the stuff already written down on it. So there's no math involved. If you want to see more stuff like this, like, comment what you want to see, because if there is anything that we do know about here on this channel, is how to take care of our cars. We're not good at the mechanic stuff. That's our meme, is that we don't know what we're doing. But when it comes to car care, we know what we're doing. So if you have any questions, comment, you know, and we'll answer them. Until then, later.